So I just had a meeting with the transplant evaluation department at Piedmont. And before I went on vacation, I had to get my blood work done, and my numbers went up 25%. They went from a 30 all the way to a 38. They've gone from really an 80 to a 64 to a 46 to a 34 to a 28 over the last 14 to 16 months. Then they bumped up to 38. My medicines didn't change. My diet didn't change. So what changed? Well, I sold a company. So this tells me that stress can have a big impact on your kidney function. So I was going to keep doing a little bit in this particular company after I sold it, but I decided not to because it had improved my kidney function so much. But back to this meeting. So they called me, they go over the numbers, go over the process, and then they let me know my EFRG, of course, had bumped to a 38, which is good. The longer I can stay out of dialysis, the better off I'll be. Sorry, but as I go through that, they bump up to a 38. They won't put me on an active list till 20. They really won't bring me in to start doing all the testing until I get to a 20, because they won't put you on the active list. Whether you have a living donor or a deceased donor, it doesn't matter. You're not hitting that list until 20 is what they tell me. Typically, you're going on dialysis at about 10 to 15. But my doctor wanted me to be proactive. So as you get ready for this, I want you to keep this in mind. The Universal Transplant Center goes off that number of 20. So when you meet with your doctor and you go through these appointments, keep in the back of your mind, they're probably not even going to meet with you until you have a 20. Now, could have been wrong, could have been told information, sure. But this seems to be universally what we're being told is that they're not going to sit down and have the evaluation with you until you get to a 20. And the goal is that they get you through transplant with a living donor and all these things before you get dialysis. My problem is I've been on such a rapid decline that that's what it's cost. Now, hopefully my numbers can go back and stay in the 30s for a year or 2 years before I have to go into transplant, because I do know when I do have to go into transplant, I'm going to be down for probably about 6 months, 9 months as I go through that process, which is one of the reasons I went ahead and sold one of our companies to kind of be on the safe side here. So this is exactly what happened with my transplant evaluation, my first meeting, which was a phone interview. So they went over those numbers and looked at those different things. So this is exactly what you can potentially expect out of your first transplant evaluation meeting and getting that blood work done, as they're looking for that number to be at least a 20. And they say, look, even if your numbers drop below a 20 and they go back up, they can still keep you on the list. Usually you'll go from what they say is active to inactive when that happens, but you had to hit a 20 at some point. So this is exactly what you can expect probably out of your first phone interview on the transplant evaluation list. I hope everybody found this video valuable. Go ahead and hit share, subscribe, like the channel below so others can continue to learn through this exact same journey that I'm going through right now. Thank you.